doing, fellow Cannabisians? So the verdict is out. Virginia has spoken and retail cannabis is available. We're going to go into an article from MJ Biz. Virginia legislature approves cannabis retail sales bill. Both chambers of Virginia state legislature on Wednesday passed identical bills to legalize recreational cannabis sales in the state, sending the measure to the desk of the Republican Governor Glenn Youngkin. The Virginia House of Delegates voted 54 to 44 to approve the bill. The House version of the bill was at a vote of 21 to 18, according to the report of the online cannabis news outlet Marijuana Moment. So kind of squeaked by the voting to get it passed, but it did pass. Now for the good part. Virginia weed legalization bill faces likely veto. The bill now heads to the governor's desk, where they face a likely veto from Youngkin, who has indicated he will not sign legislation to legalize retail cannabis sales. When asked by Virginia Public Media late last year if Youngkin would veto the cannabis retail sale bill, Christian Martinez, a spokesman for the governor, said, "I think you can cite the fact that time and time again, he has been very clear on that."
How many times do we have to teach you this lesson, old man?
Which was basically no, because he vetoed the bill twice prior to this. Governor Youngkin's opposition to these pragmatic measures is completely out of step with Virginians. J.M. Padini, executive director of Virginia's NORML, told Marijuana Moment on Wednesday, continuing to cede control of the Commonwealth's marijuana market to unregulated illicit operators poses substantial health risks to both lawful adult consumers and youth alike. Taking marijuana off the street corner and out of the corner store is a public safety priority, not a political agenda. The governor's head in the sand approach to cannabis policies endangers the health and safety of his constituents. So that I kind of will believe. I do agree with is what I'm trying to say. Now, I can understand not wanting to open up state sales on your watch as the governor, but I also do agree with the Virginia NORML representative, basically saying you can't have a head in the sand approach. So I understand the governor might not ideologically believe in the sale of cannabis, but it would do only good to hear out the full story. And he seems to not really necessarily want to do that. I was on the governor's side because I realized that the Virginia plant limit is 4 plants, which is plenty of cannabis if you play your cards right. Even at a quarter pound per plant, which you can double, maybe even quadruple if you know what you're doing, will get you by for the year. There'll be no need to have cannabis sales, but I was kind of forgetting there are people that either have a black thumb or a brown thumb or aren't physically able to grow their own cannabis. So that's where the dispensary and state sales would come in and be a plus. Illegal cultivation or manufacture of marijuana may not receive legal homegrown, would be a Class 6 felony, punishable by up to 5 years imprisonment and a $2,500 fine. People can possess homegrown marijuana into products such as edibles, but butane extraction or the use of other volatile solvents would be punishable as a Class 1 misdemeanor. So these are the rules of engagement for these bills. Knowingly obtaining marijuana on the behalf of someone under 21 would be a Class 1 misdemeanor. People under 21 who possess or use marijuana or attempt to obtain it would be subject to a civil penalty and no more than $25 in order to enter a substance use disorder treatment or education program. So, okay, that's not that horrible. It kind of seems like a slap on the wrist, and that might be another reason the governor isn't going for it. He might want something a little more harsh. A number of the new criminal penalties would be created. Knowingly selling or giving marijuana or paraphernalia to someone under 21 will be a Class 1 misdemeanor. Okay, so we just went over that as well. So paraphernalia is also included in that. So maybe that's why it's so light. Yeah, maybe that is why the penalty is so light. I'm trying to stick with this story. It's going back and forth. I'm kind of eager to see where this is really going to finalize at. This being the third attempt, 3 times the charm, I hope, for Virginia citizens. If they want their cannabis, let them have it. But we'll see what the governor does, if he does veto this bad boy.